Hello, beloved. This is Christopher with Financial Wisdom. There is one question that I have been asking myself all the time, and if I can ask you, please, how come that a group of people from the same country, living in the same economy, and maybe working for the same company, making the same income, and in some cases, maybe going to the same church, giving tithe and offering to the same God, but some rise to the top to be wealthy, whilst others at the bottom, living from paycheck to paycheck, struggling financially? How come? While there are several factors that lead to poverty and wealth, in these teachings, which is part 2 of my series, The Root Cause of Poverty and Wealth, I shared some strategies that wealthy people have been using to create their wealth, something that you and I can benefit from. So please keep watching. You will certainly learn something. And if you like what we are doing to help our community, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and share with friends and family. May God bless. The root cause of poverty and wealth. This is part 2 of our teaching regarding the things that we do that lead to poverty and things that we can do to create wealth. A few days ago, I shared with you part 1 of these teachings. And part 1 of the teachings, we focused on the mindset, poverty mindset and wealthy mindset. In this segment, we are going to focus on our income, how we use our income. When it comes to wealth creation, there are 2 different paths. We have the path of poverty and the path of wealth. God has given us the opportunity to decide whichever path that we want, either the path of poverty or the path of wealth. God has given us that power to make that decision. Now, for the sake of simplicity, I picked 2 young men, Tofi on the path of poverty and Kofi on the path of wealth. We are going to look at their lifestyle, how they handle their money. So let's look at Tofi on the path of poverty. Tofi on the path of poverty, when he received his income, put 10% into the things of God, charity, or community. And he lived on 90% of his income, 90% going into needs and wants. Now, Kofi on the path of wealth, when he received his income, he put 10% into the things of God, charity, or community. And he put 20% of his income into an investment account. And he lived on 70% of his income. Now, if you look at these 2 young men, you will see that their needs are the same. The only thing different is the want. The want, that is the vehicle that they are using. So if you look at it, you'll see that Tofi on the path of poverty is using expensive vehicle from the beginning of his life, whilst Kofi on the path of wealth is using just a moderate vehicle from the beginning and putting chunk of his money into investment account. Now let's fast forward. 5 years later, Tofi on the path of poverty will be working 2 jobs overnight, all night, or any shift that he can possibly get. Now, let's look at Kofi on the path of wealth. Kofi on the path of wealth, after 5 years, will be opening multi-investment accounts and he will be working 1 job. And at that time, he will put 25% of his investment into things of God, things of charity, community, and increase his investment portfolios into 25% of his income. Now, let's look at Tofi on the path of poverty, what he does when he's working 2 jobs overnight and all night. At that time, you will see that Tofi will still be having auto loan, mortgage loan, student loan, credit card debts, and all those debts that you can think about. Now, let's look at Kofi on the path of wealth. Kofi on the path of wealth will be now buying his vehicle, his luxury vehicle, cash, and also the mansion cash. Now, let me explain this. The wealthy people, when we say they use cash to pay their vehicle or mansion, it does not necessarily mean they pull cash from their investment account. No, they use the strategy of leverage. So they leverage their investment account to get the money and pay the vehicle cash and also the mansion cash to help them to save so much money. All right, I'll talk about it later on, but let's move on. Let's fast forward around their retirement age or around age 65, you will see that Tofi will still be working so hard And now the vehicle has now moved from a very expensive luxury vehicle to less quality vehicle, and moved from a house to apartment with credit card debt, student loan bills, and all kinds of loans. We see this in our community all the time. If you don't believe, step out there, go to Lowe's, go to Walmart, go to any warehouse. You will see people in their old age still working hard, not because they want to, but they have to keep up with the bills. At that time, the pain of regret will kick in, and they'll be saying all kinds of things in their minds, and they wish they could get the opportunity to start again. But unfortunately, too late. Now let's look at Kofi on the path of wealth. Kofi on the path of wealth will be spending the time with his spouse by the beach. They will be going on a vacation using a personal jet or business class or first class with their family dog. And they'll be living in an expensive mansion, enjoying life. At that time, it is not their time and strength working for them, but rather money will now be working for them. Now, let's pick some lessons from these two young men. If you look at Tofe on the path of poverty, you will see that when he began working, he didn't stop. He worked all the days of his life. And that is what lack of investment will do for you. If you don't have a good investment account, you will work until you die. Now, let's look at Kofi on the path of wealth. At least 3 lessons that we can pick from. 1, delayed gratification. When Kofi began working, he put 20% of his income into an investment account, and that became the starting point of his wealth. Lesson number 2, diversification. When Kofi on the path of wealth established the first investment account, he didn't settle there. He invested in several ventures. Some of us, we settle on 401k. 401k is good, but 401k alone, it will not be enough. So think about multi-investment accounts. And the 3rd lesson that we can pick from Kofi on the path of wealth is the leverage. Leverage. And that has been the secret of wealthy people. That is, Kofi leveraged his investment money to get the company's money to buy the things of luxury with cash, instead of using his strength and time. And that has been the secret of wealthy people. They don't use their time and strength to pay for luxury. They use interest, dividend from their investment account. And the 3rd lesson, allowing money working for them instead of them working for money. Beloved, these 2 paths are in front of us. We can decide today on whichever path we want to be on. If you need help on how to get a good investment account to help you to stay on the path of wealth, feel free to contact us. I and my team will guide you and help you to be on the path of wealth. Please, if you like what we are doing to help our community, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and share with friends and family. May God bless you.